The somatic regulators. If you haven't seen the prior video on the breakdowns/deteriorations, do go back and check that out. It's a critical video on how exactly we deteriorate somatically before we can regain control of our psycho-emotional states. It's important. But in this video, I'm going to look at the inverse, the three regulators and why they matter. If this is a new topic for you, or if you are experienced in this domain and want to go a little bit further, you can check the link in the description. We've got a newly released book called The Somatic Skins from Capacity to Command. It's awesome. And the regulators are one of three key performance attributes that we discuss. First being your psychosomatic capacity. The second one being your personal skin. If you're not sure what that is, your archetype, link in the description. We've got a short 15 question quiz that will tell you your somatic orientation. This is critical because understanding that will tell you how you show up under pressure, and then it will make more sense of the regulators that I'm about to discuss. And the third part is the regulators themselves: structure, attention, and breath. These determine our ability to maintain center, focus, awareness under pressure without collapse. It doesn't matter which of the orientations that you might start with, whether you're a warrior, sage, shapeshifter, or asset. The same three regulators dictate your ability to command your skin and then transfer and traverse between the others at will. So we'll go through these one by one. In the wild, at work, at parties, driving in traffic, anytime that pressure starts to rise, your structure is something that will spontaneously shift if you're not aware of it. And it will usually do so in one of two ways. It will brace by generating more tension, or it will remove all tension and start to collapse. Becoming aware of this is the first step in regaining that element of control. And it's as simple as stacking your bones, lifting the crown point, releasing excess tension, breathing deeply. All three regulators work together, so we'll get into how they work together more. But structure can really be reduced to this, using a minimal amount of tension to hold yourself against the force of gravity. The way to do that is through pristine alignment. So there are obviously gradations of that. You could be an amateur and need to use excess force and try to find your way to proper posture/structure. Or you could be a master and find it effortlessly. And that takes a lot of practice. But it doesn't matter which one of these you are, regaining that sense of center comes from the same place. Is structure breaking down? Am I starting to brace or collapse? And can I find it again? We'll go into the capacity factors in other videos, but suffice it to say now that these things need to be trained in order to gain access to them as regulators in real time. The way to train capacity for structure is usually through something that bears load and stacks your frame against the force of gravity. Some of the key movements might be the deadlift or the horse stance. They put you in positions that you have to endure, either with high intensity or longer duration, where you have to maintain that structural alignment under pressure. The next key regulator, attention. Attention, as we said in the other video, can break down in usually one of two ways: through tunneling, which is extreme focus to the exclusion of everything else going on, or porosity, meaning you're absorbing too much, seeing too much, feeling too much. Attention is regained through fixing an anchor and finding a focal point. Those who are experienced in meditation usually have some modicum of control over this and understand that in the beginning of most forms of meditation, there is an anchor, like the philtrum, the dantian, the diaphragm, the lower abdomen, and it's usually not open observation before we find a fixed anchor. And that's critical because if we don't find an anchor, there's no way we regain center. If everything is vying for our attention at once, our mind is stolen by every new point of stimulus. Third, the breath. The breath is critical. It's probably the hardest of these to master. It will spontaneously rise under pressure, and it will shorten as we start to get nervous, afraid, anxious, all those types of things. The reason this is challenging is because it does take a good bit of training to be able to relax the diaphragm, drop the breath, and elongate that to the extent that you're actually able to downregulate your nervous system under pressure. These regulators, while you can activate them today to the extent that you're able to connect with them, implement them, will be beneficial, which is why it's crucial to know what they are, to know how they deteriorate, and know how to regain them. But it's worth noting that you can only implement them to the extent that you've developed capacity in each one of these categories. And so they do need to be trained. I'll go into a bit more detail on capacity development for these in other videos, but suffice it to say, these three are your ever-present focal points. No matter what you're doing, if you find yourself with a lack of center, or emotionally volatile, or nervous or scared or afraid or anything like this, these are the three levers that you have to pull to regain your sense of center and emotional control in the moment. They're not ideas. And what you'll notice is that when you're really under pressure, you stop noticing. You're not aware of your structure, your attention, or your breath. Your mind is stolen by everything that's going on, or it's hyper-fixated on a specific problem. But as soon as you can find a little bit of distance, address and attend to your somatic orientation, you can start to regain control, you can calm down, you can think more creatively, and you can gain command over your psycho-emotional state. So if this is interesting, which I hope it is, we coach this stuff at the Prestige, our Academy for Applied Somatics. You can learn more about it in the book if you want to study yourself from the somatic skins, from capacity to command. And feel free to reach out to us via the quiz emails in the link description below. We're somewhat friendly and good at what we do. Hope to see you there.